Hello, so back again. Don't often do two of these in a day, but so this is the Dark Elves against Chaos that we saw, or like I mentioned earlier, was also played last night. And this is beginning of the game week, so Dark Elves could go up in second because, as we've already seen, my High Elf team drew with Skaven early in this game round. That was a couple of weeks ago now, but still this same match week 6. And yeah, a win will take them back into second. And it's started to shape up like High Elves Dark Elves might be a playoff semi-final, but we'll see how that goes. So the game's caught up, and it is Dark Elves at home against Chaos. No stadium enhancements, so the home fixture doesn't really make a difference, but that is where we are. And we'll check on the toss situation. We have, so yeah, the Dark Elves chose to receive, so they're attacking. How are we doing with fame and such? It is 1 fame for the Dark Elves. They have 2 babes as inducements. They've also got 2 loner linemen on the pitch. And hang on, look at the defense first, don't we? So the Chaos has suddenly grabbed a few extra advances. So they've got 2 block beastmen now. 1 block mighty blow beastman, who's probably the standout player, as we're often highlighting. There's a dodge beastman in here as well. A block chaos warrior, who's going to make a lot of difference to their reliability. This is the armor value 8 chaos warrior, who's still hanging around. It is blitzable, should probably be a blitz target early on. 2 unleveled warriors here of 4 and 2 points. This Minotaur is fairly new, it's its second game, and it's on 2 points as well. So because they're really outstrengthed in the middle here, Dark Elves are probably, quite rightly, like not going to take these hits. I don't think you want those. They have got the 2 loners both marking the Minotaur. That is no change. That's a shallow kick anyway, that is a touchback. Have a quick look at the Dark Elves. Who are the team my High Elves are playing next for the last game of the regular season. They're without their runner in this game, and I think 2 other players as well. They've got a kick lineman back here, an unlevelled one who's on 5 points, so maybe an early throw to level that lineman could be useful. Got unlevelled lineman here and here. The 2 learners who are both in the middle. They only have 3 blitzers available, so 2 of those are unlevelled, 3 points and no points. This blitzer has dodge, and there's a block lineman in here as well. And the witch elf who has no levels, but is on 4 points, so maybe a good touchdown candidate. Also a 3-point blitzer. Also an excellent touchdown candidate, and that's who the ball's gone to off of the touchback. So Chaos have done really well to set up in a sort of anti-frenzy way, so this Witch Elf can't just surf one of these players. But it looks like they are going to target this Armor 8 Curse Warrior, which is a good idea. Yeah, do need a bit more support in there before they throw that blitz, because if that's a double skulls, that would have left the ball a bit exposed. And yeah, but it's in that Armor 8 Warrior who's down. But no success on the armor. That's in a bit here. And taking 1 dice on the Warrior there, it's just a push. Foul dodge there, yeah. So it didn't need to start. They had 3 players on the line of scrimmage here. They didn't need to start this other one on the line there as well. Kay should probably look at 1 more assist here. So the Minotaur's got 3 dice into 3. I've gone with 2 dice. That's 1 loader down. I guess this loader's job is watch the Minotaur. Could look at blitzing round this way. I don't need an assist to hit this guy, but they're marking up here and collapsing in on this space they've been given. But also going deep here. And can use the mighty blow one to hit. So it's on the Witch Elf, who is knocked down, but not hurt. And yeah, holding that pretty solid line there. There's lots of engagement, which is going to favour the Chaos with their strength advantage. So here, there is a surf on here, and I know this was a mistake, and it was just a mistake about the interface and how jump up works. Because normally, if you've got a prone player And I think this is what happened is you click on the player you want to block if you're laying next to them, and it turns it into a blitz usually. But because you got jump up, it made a jump up roll instead. So you have to like click on the player, declare a blitz, and then throw your block to get up because they didn't want to leave this witch elf here, obviously. So this was supposed to be a blitz. Now can't move any further. But because it made a jump up roll, that wasn't a blitz, and that was where excuse me, where that went wrong. And that does cost them the witch elf shortly. You can see that's quite an easy surf. Just push into there. That square's not available. These two imaginary ones are, and that's the surf. And a couple of one dices here. No turnovers. This one is even a knockout. Did surf a player and all that though, even with that error. So they took 2 chaos players off the pitch that turn, which is pretty decent going. One dice there. This guy could have moved in there to make that 2. If he's going to be there anyway. But yeah, well they've pushed this side quite heavily. They've been shut off from switching here. They only have a bit of a speed advantage, Dark Elves over Chaos, because they've got some movement 7 players. That's one of them gone. He's just badly hurt though. So Witch Elf is back next time. That's 2 injuries pretty quickly there. So Minotaur picks up another casualty. That's one of the loners out of the game. Already blitz, so we can go that way. That was just a stun. So it's 9 plays 9 like pretty quickly. It's only turn 2. Got 2 dice there from the Mighty Blow. And that one's not hurt. So it's Mighty Blow not doing anything there. But the Minotaur did get one of these casualties. And the other one was Surf, of course. Right, so I can get 2 dice here. Yes, price to push that way. I think that way you can maybe push this player through to there, and this could be a good place for the ball carrier to stand. Going through like that, and here's a blitz. The ball's quite exposed at the moment. That is, yeah. So hit a 181 on that rerun block, and that is a turnover with the ball exposed. Here we see a nice easy sack from this beastman. Ball carrier does have blocks, so it's 55%. Double skulls is no good. You want to re-roll that, and then you do find one of those results for the knockdown. That one's injured as well, so 3 casualties already. Only turn 3. Another badly hurt. So again, both of those casualties have had badly hurt, so they won't affect the next game, which is unfortunate for me. But yeah, Chaos kind of playing like a Chaos team does, even without a massive abundance of skills that normally get all the removals. So freeze this warrior up. I could maybe have blocked that way and blocked there with the warrior if they wanted to. Not really got anyone who can get on the ball at this stage. Dark Elves do next turn. They have marked up this player though to make catching more difficult. And Minotaur is going to move and be helpful. So just watching that player and then this one who's prone as well, and this one who's prone. So tying up some players there. That one is free. Puts the dodges away. Grabs the ball. So I could just go for here. So this is standing there to make the pass shorter. But now this has to come off. This has to work. Otherwise that blitzer gets surfed. Does catch it and does dodge. Does make it 1-0. And I've got some super noodles with it being lunchtime. So a quick score from the Elves, but they were very much falling behind with the initiative on that drive, and You know, it's their attack. They've got to make sure they score. They're 3 players down. Not how Beastman doesn't come back, but they've got a bench. So he's 11 plays 8. Chaos attack him. And yeah, Dark Elves have a thin squad to defend this drive with. Looks like they are dropping deep. So you know, dropping deep here will protect players, but it also is going to surrender a lot of space, which means the Chaos can advance up the pitch and be quite solid deep in the Dark Elf half with the ball. I'm sure at least that will be their aim. And I watched, I didn't watch this game as it was happening last night, although I came in, I think they were on turn 8 when I came in, went right back to the beginning. This was something I noted, like this really deep setup on defence, which you normally only really see in like turn 8 or turn 16. So they, yeah, giving up these hits. Chaos should very easily make all of these 3 dice blocks, especially for the Minotaur. You just step there, 2 assists, 3 dice if he has to push first time. Kicks deep, which is what you want to do. You want to make it as hard as you can for them. So perfect defence. They can try and do something about this. Maybe get away from the Minotaur. Left the Minotaur there. They could possibly have left a frenzy trap there with some assists behind. So if the Minotaur's pushing, it's then going into red dice. But yeah, they're going to take this space. And it might have been worth leaving perhaps the Mighty Blow Beastman till after these blocks were resolved, because if you just push back someone, you want someone you can blitz with, probably. You know, they're still going to have, you know, this warrior can hit there. That was down, this one can hit and there, but yeah, they've not blitzed this turn. They may not have anyone in reach anyway. Yeah, so that was just a pushback. They had someone still available who could move, like one of the beastmen. Could just come and have a go here. But some of these two block beastmen were over this side, so it could have been a good plan. Okay, that is suggesting a blitz on this beastman. Not the easiest one to pick off because it's one of the block ones. It's just a push. It's the armor 8 warrior. Yeah. Alright, look at that. And there. Alona just making some immense dodges. Was it Alona? No, it's just a like, normal lineman, not Alona. So that could maybe have been a blitz on the ball if they were willing to roll those dice. Yeah, blitzing to get that lineman off the ball. Just a stun. Okay, yeah, looking to grab this space in the middle here. Okay, give the ball to that warrior. He's a bit exposed. That is a 1 popping up straight away. But that's a potential. No, not assist the ball carrier. But they can get 2 dice here. That's a power. So they've got 2 dice uphill on the ball at the moment. If they can get another assist in, which I'm not sure they can really. Oh, they can. Yeah, he just dodged in there on a 3, and that's 1 dice on the ball. That was a good find. And yeah, using block to put that ball on the floor. So Beastman catches it. 0 point Beastman, not as good a scoring good a scorer as a 4-point Chaos Warrior who would have levelled. You need warriors scoring touchdowns to get them levelling a bit quicker. This will be the player they blitz, I'm sure. Yeah, going through that way. Just to push there. This coach has really got the hang of where you blitz from for the contingency of what if you get stuck with the pushback, like pushing away from the ball carrier there, rather than blitzing here, getting stuck, or where might it have been from? Yeah, if he'd blitzed from here and got stuck with a push, he has to go there, and that's no help. Just going to set up 2 dice there. Doesn't get them anywhere. Okay, 3 both, so go for it, and got the score in that turn. Yeah, without a reroll, that's pretty risky, but they got it off anyway, and have equalised, so it's 1-1. Chaos still a long way up on players, and they had so yeah, Dark Elves down to 3, and that knockout's still not coming back. And yeah, just rolling high enough on those really made a difference. If you remember, they've got 2 Bloodwise Babes. If any of these were knockouts instead, they'd probably be back by now. All happening before the first touchdown as well, so 2 chances for 2+ recoveries, but they were high enough for injuries, and that's put them out. Just no, it's just badly hurt something. I think they have got a niggling injury blitzer in their squad. I was just wondering if it was that one, but I think he's actually missing the game. Okay, yes, so spreading out, not standing next to the Minotaur. And then looking to 2-turn, they've not really got a good spot. They'll have to 1-die splits somewhere on the wing, so looking maybe at this one. Both the blitzers this side and this shape here suggests they're going to be ignoring this flank and just trying to pile down there. Which is fairly doable. They'll need the 1 dice to come off here. High kick may help, so you can bring one of these players forward, stand under the ball. 10-point lineman or 11-point lineman who scored earlier as well. So ball not safe at the moment, but they need players going this way. I don't think they need to stand that fella in there. I'd be tempted with a handoff to this blitzer at that point. Yeah, and I think if you're going to go 1 dice on that one, you can push him there, carry on your run around there, and then if this blitzer's got the ball, he can go that way. Get as many of these players round and through as you can to screen. You could have had the blitzer holding the ball over there, that blodge one. He's going to be a tough one to take down. So trying to run through that gap. And get it through with dodge and the T reroll. He's way over there. But this is pretty solvable, and I think the Chaos coach did do this exactly right. So this assist taken out, this assist is taken out. This warrior can just step in there. That's 2 dice. Needs to find a power or a stumbles, but that's 55%. Moving some players back, so marking up here before rolling any dice, like we saw with the Amazon Undead game earlier. They had that Amazon catcher over here. Started rolling blocks before doing anything about the scoring threat. Like, not take out the scoring threat first, because this makes this, even if they can get the ball thrown on target to this blitzer, it's 4+ to catch, then 3+, then 2+ to dodge. Like, it's well secured in there. Minotaur moves over as well for extra bodies here. Where's that warrior going? This Beastman. Okay, got 2 dice there. Stuns another player, so that's 1 less player they've got available next turn. This one going over here. So Chaos don't get a scoring threat in. This is still doable. So looking 3+ handoff to the loner, and then 2+ dodge. So They've got no reroll anyway, so may as well use the loner. And then looking at this player. So catching on 3. Does catch. Does dodge. And does make the go for it. So good touchdown there. So I did mark up the scoring threats to make that harder. But they got all the dice they needed. But yeah, got to take those risks, and you can be rewarded for it. And in turn 8, you just sort of do what you need to score. Sometimes it will work. 2-1. So down to 8 players. Knocked out Beastman comes back, which puts the Chaos back on 12. So it's going to be 11 plays 8 for the second half. Yeah, so this is where you defend deep. You set up to defend deep here, because you just don't want players getting hit unnecessarily. So 2 unleveled linemen and a loner on the line. And again, Chaos should be making sure these are all 3 dice hits, like all of them. You can't blitz anyone down here, you can't reach them. So use blitz with your Mighty Blow guy, so that's the strength 4 hit. He needs 3 assists for 5, 6, 7, and that's 3 dice with that guy. Minotaur just needs 2 assists. Oh, he's got 2 assists. Threw a loner there. And got that. But yeah, if this was diagonal, it would have been 3 dice into 3. Gets a knockdown anyway. And that is a stunned loner. Yeah, here as well. So 4, 5, 6, 7. This Beastman's not doing anything else. Or this one, probably, because if that's to push back, you want that one to block maybe. But yeah, moving around there, it's another assist, 3 dice. It's much safer and much more likely to get the results you want, which is knockdowns. Still got it. But yeah, do that. So here we go. 4, 5, 6, 7, 3 dice, and you get that with the Mighty Blow player. But nothing happened there. Could maybe have thrown a foul in there, cheeky foul. That would have been a good opportunity to do that with a load of assists. And your player's up already. You've got a bench. It was potentially a good idea to chuck a foul in. It's only a lineman, but an elf lineman is a good player. So Elves coming forward a little bit, but are again set up to like give up all this space. These are 3 quite easy takedowns, especially because the Chaos can definitely make these all 3 dices. Yeah, it's worth taking those down, claiming all this space, and then just stopping the Elves coming through. It does mean they're only going to hit 3 players because they can't reach any of these, but they're not doing anything, and they're giving all this ground up. Or if you happen to roll a blitz, you're not going to benefit from it. There wasn't one, it was a quick snap. But also, yeah, a blitz or an early turnover for the Chaos. If you've got players up here, they can be getting around the sides, getting pressure on the ball and forcing the Chaos into doing stuff they don't want to do, like throwing the ball or having to dodge, things like that. First fouled wild animal we've seen. Let's go 2 dice that way. That warrior on 4 points will want to keep hitting people till it levels. Maybe score a touchdown if possible. Pretty awful block dice there, but it's 3-1 in 9s I hit on. 2 of them were with block players though, so they were fine. The warrior getting the is it a double both down or a skull both down early on for reroll. Chucking in a vanity pass to generate star player points. What's this beastman on? On 4. Just a casualty away from a level. Yeah, the Chaos haven't taken as much ground as they might have done, but they're still controlling the middle of the pitch here. Okay, dodging away to fall back into that bit. This is a blitz. Haha, nice. Yeah, on the ball carrier. So that was, what was that, like 4+, 3+, 2+. With some go for it as well for 1 dice on the ball. Just a push, but would have been pretty fun if it had worked. and it gives the Chaos a problem. It means they've got a blitz here, which means they're not blitzing here. And then next turn you can, yeah, try and thwart them a bit more. So using the Mighty Blow Beastman that way. Again, choosing to blitz from there rather than there in case there's a pushback. That's Lona's gone though. Lona out of the game. Another foul wild animal. That one a 4+ though. Just trying to move it. It can now come down here. And they're kind of trying to use their strength to bully here a bit, but this does have potential for opening up a hole to get the ball. And this player's in here too. I need to watch this one. Yeah, I think this guy should be back here, and then perhaps this Beastman here. Beastman's gone that way. Okay, so this is just give it up 1 dice on the ball. Maybe make it better than that. So putting that as an assist, both of these blitzers can maybe get round, so dodge that one through. Take that assist out, and this one can blitz from there on 2 dice. Okay, needs a reroll there. Fail that, double one that. And gets knocked out. So unfortunate double one, but that was definite error from the Chaos leaving that on. They get away with it. Let's in with the Minotaur. Okay, stun. Minotaurs do only need 1 assist for 3 dice when they blitz because of horns. Yeah, strength 6 on the blitz, so that 1 assist made it 7. Chaos can decide who's going to score. Oh, this warrior's still a good one. And they could have pushed the. I think, was that a T shape there? I thought that might have been. I think, did they push that warrior away? I go for a pass, which is inaccurate. Oh, it was, yeah, they were marked. Okay, yeah, let's look at that, because that was, yeah, trying to throw in a tackle zone is -1. But instead of making that 4+ throw, it had 3+ with a reroll to just dodge there, and then hand off on a 3. So 3+ with a reroll and a 3 rather than 4 and 3. Definitely a much better play. You can even, if you really want to pass, you can go 3+ with a reroll and then pass 1 square if you really want the point. But you know, just dodging and making the handoff to this warrior is a much better play. That is a failed dodge. Trying to dodge through the tackle zone on a 3, and that's failed with the reroll as well. Double skulls into a pal. This was pretty surfable. So yeah, I was surprised to see it push that way. It could also have gone, push there and then push off the pitch, or if you started with this one, you can push there and then just blitz off the pitch with that with one of these. We've gone that way instead to give them another block. But yeah, a block dodge blitzer is really tough to knock over. Pushing it off the pitch is just a free injury roll. Still pretty blitzable here as well. Failed that pickup though, so yeah, could still have pushed there, then pushed there, and then blitz with this one. If you keep getting stuck with pushes. Right, so he's got 4+, 3+ to get out of there with rerolls. Over that way. Yeah, failed that first dodge on the 4. Or 2 rolls lower than 4, didn't get a 4. 7-13, So Chaos getting some support in over there. Got this ball pretty safe. Put in there on 3 dice, which is ideal. Take all the 3 dice blocks you can. With Mighty Blow players as well. Mighty Blow didn't do anything on that occasion, but it gives you more chance. Another foul wild animal, but Minotaurs. Minotaurs had a good game anyway. Pick up with that warrior. Yeah, we could well be seeing a warrior touchdown. The 2 closest Dark Elves are both stunned. They're not stopping this score. The Chaos really have got to decide, do they want to draw the game, like guarantee a draw, or risk losing the game to try and sneak a win in. And even if they do score next turn, did they decline the reroll there? Yeah, I've still got one. Yeah, even if the Chaos do score this turn, they're only leaving themselves 2 turns to get the ball off the Dark Elves and score themselves. I think strategically holding the ball in the corner till turn 16 and then popping it in to guarantee the draw, that gives them a much more solid result. Whereas they're giving Dark Elves, I think, 3 turns here to score back and win the game. Down to 7 players now, though. So still a big ask even 3 turns. They've only got 7 players. And the Chaos have, this is in many ways a quite similar game for the Chaos team for when they played my High Elves, and they had these 2 wide beastmen in another square. We sort of flagged up that was quite easy for an elf team to quick score against, so they have pushed them out wider. Makes it harder. It means they've got a 1 dice blitz somewhere, or commit players to be blocked if they want to put assists in. I don't think this player here doesn't do a lot, and it's just 1 less player you've got to come round on the screen with. I think if you open up with that and get the knockdown, this lineman's then free to come down this way. She's not really adding a lot there. But this is scoring threats in. So we saw the Undead have 3 turns to score a touchdown earlier in the last game we watched, where their third from last turn was very passive. And that was a bit risky, making that short pass. If that had been one square shorter, that would have been 2+2+ rather than 3+2+, but got it anyway and generated a point on that lineman. But yeah, now the Undead have got, the Dark Elves have got 2 turns to score, and they've got 3 players who can feasibly do it. I think they can all actually reach from where they are. So that's the kind of pressure the Undead didn't put on the Amazons earlier. Like, they just held back here and then tried to look for a breakthrough in the next turn, which they just didn't get. So Chaos falling back this way. They know there's no threat on this wing, so they can come this way. Put as many tackle zones and stuff over here as they can. They've got 2 dice there. Probably see a Minotaur Blitz there, which will be 3 dice into 3. Minotaur is blitzing. He's there. That is a knockdown. So I might blow hit on the blitzer. So 1 less player that can score. And then the 2 others are both marked. So they're 3+ catches. But if they can chuck the ball to this guy, it's 3+, then 2+ with a reroll to score, which is not bad odds. And actually, they're just freed him up as well with this blitz. So 2+ dodge for the blitz. That's the better play than the catch in the tackle zone and then dodge. Marking up there to force a dodge if they're going to hold the ball, or if they drop the ball. Now, I remember when I was watching this, there was a big pause at this point before the go for it's were taken. And I was thinking, like, there's nowhere safe for the ball here. You have to throw it. Like, they're committed to throwing it at this point. I just didn't know if there was a long pause where they were trying to work out if the go for it's and then the throw were better to make it a shorter throw. Because that makes it a short pass, which is 3+. Which is, actually, I'm just going to find... I did want to look this up. It's one I never know. Like, what's better? Is it better to throw the longer pass or to risk going closer? So they're looking for It's 4+ and 2+ for the catches. Or do they roll a 2, a 2, and a 3, and then a 2? For the 2 go for it, then a short pass, then the catch. I don't know what one is better. So second is better with a reroll. So they have got a team reroll still, haven't they? Yeah, so they did make the right choice. I don't know if they went in and worked that out anywhere, but yeah, did make what was the better play. 2 go for it, so the pass is on target, then dropping the catch, but got a reroll. Which they say, I don't know if a lot of coaches might have re-rolled that a couple of turns ago when they fouled the dodge away from the Minotaur. Might have been the last re-roll there, but they didn't, and that turned out to be the difference and wins in the game. So grab that 3-0 win, 3-2 win. And in both games that the Chaos have played against Elves this season, it's resulted in a 3-2 defeat for them. Which is pretty surprising for that matchup, with a lot of quick touchdowns in the first half against the High Elves. Couple of game rounds ago, and a bit more spread out in this game. It was like 2 at half time with the Chaos against High Elves, but yeah, this time down to 7 players here. But yeah, just couldn't keep up with how good Elves are at moving the ball around and how quick they are. And yeah, unless there's a riot, this is game over. So it's just about how much damage can we cause. That could be, yeah, could be looking a couple of 2 dices and then 3 dice for the Minotaur is probably the optimal way to go. Kicking shallow. It's a quick stab. They've got the warrior back here because he's on 5 points. So if that warrior can throw a pass, you might as well. If you're doing that, I think you maybe don't want the beastman run next to the ball. Although maybe if one of them catches it, they just throw the pass instead. So opened up with the player with not block. And gets that. I think if you throw that block first, you then got your 2 assists for 3 dice from the Minotaur. Mighty Blow gets that. Blitz on here. You want to have it 9-point warrior, 8-point beastman. Gone for the warrior. But no armor break, and then I think they try the pass. Fumbles the pass. I think the Dark Elves maybe don't do anything here. Or do they? Okay, went looking for maybe a blitz on that beastman at the end, which would have been 2 dice if they've got the players in. That's not a bad MVP. I'm sure that because you want this player to carry on leveling, because you can go into claw and piling on and tackle, and this player it just becomes absolutely horrible. Good MVP for them though with that blitzer. That's Tony Shark leveling before the game against me. But yeah, there would have been better players to land that one because there's loads of players who would have levelled if they'd picked up the MVP there. Yeah, you expect to see that sort of difference, Chaos against Elves. Maybe Dark Elves would hope to get more than that, but they were down players so quickly they were just never going to get loads of good 2 dice blocks in. And they had to throw a lot of 1 dice blocks in the end. I think if we look at the amount of 1 dice blocks they had to roll, yeah, it's a lot more than you usually like to see. But it was all they had in the end, and they actually did all right with their 1 dices. And only 2 skulls rolled in the whole match is not bad going. And they were both, or one there, that was that turnover quite early on as well. I think it was that re-rolled into that, and that was a turnover. And yeah, the other skull they rolled was there. So pretty good for them on that, on how the Chaos ones looked. But yeah, so many more. And that means you're going to roll a lot more skulls as well. Oh, actually, that's both teams. There we go. But yeah, 20 skulls. But that's where all the block dice were. It was the Chaos rolling them, which is what you'd expect. And a nice smattering of star player points for both teams. But yeah, let's look at the 4 teams we looked at today. It's just this game to go, which I think is happening sometime next week. This is the team with the Church of England minister who's been busy over Easter. And yeah, they're playing yes, Nurgle against humans. Leaderboard looks like this after the 3 games we've had of this week. So Dark Elves do go back up into second. And these 2 teams play next. I think if I lose and the Amazons win, we'll switch places again. But I think it looks like the top 4 and the bottom 4 are pretty set at the moment. It's just the order they come in. I think there's sort of enough of a gap here Although these two, it's Chaos against Amazons next, isn't it? Yeah, it is. So, yeah, if the Chaos win that, they could well be in the top 4. No, there'll be 3-0-4. No, I think the Amazons still have the better record. Yeah, so I think this is the top 4. This is the bottom 4, which we go into our separate playoffs. But it's just the order they're going to come in. And I think because I'm still not really sure what happens. I know they won't have the same record though, because the Amazons have had a draw. So even if the Chaos win that, Amazons are in the playoffs. So all these 4 teams are in the playoffs. It's just what order they come in, and it's first place 4th and second place 3rd. So the 2 elf teams could end up playing each other 2 games in a row, and that's where we're up to with that. So the teams we've seen today. So the Amazon team. This is working quite slowly. So we've got. Was there anything new? They did have a lineman level actually, didn't they? Oh, they've got agility 4 Lino. How about that? Okay, that's a pretty useful player. Agility 4 and dodge is great as well. So that'll be a good player to have on the team. Maybe go into wrestle for like cage diving. Yeah, could be a good player. Could go short hands for backup ball carrier. But a nice player to have. And short hands and agility 4 is good for grabbing the ball out of tackle zones as well. So it could be a good player to keep an eye on. And they didn't have anyone else level. They got their thrower back. They've got a big squad, so they can afford to let this player go if they want to. They can't replace him yet, but 13 players is pretty good anyway. The Undead. I can't remember if they had anyone level. I don't think they did. No, this is still a lot of the same stuff. Yeah, there's nothing new there. Still got the 2 whites unleveled who need to keep on hitting people, maybe try and score touchdowns. Get that last level on them. Dark Elves had a blitzer level with MVP. Don't know if there was anyone else. Yeah, it's that one who took tackle. So tackle's probably a good choice bearing in mind the game they've got next, where I've got I think 4 or 5 dodge players. Yeah, it's worth putting in. They've got their runner back next time who has leader, which is quite a big deal for them. And they're back on 4 blitzers. This player was missing the game as well. And the Chaos we just saw, I don't think levelled anybody, but are in quite a strong position. That's a pretty solid team value. A lot of that's in the Minotaur, of course. But yeah, no one else levelled from this game or this week. My team are looking like this at the moment. So we're on 14-10 as well. I think we're really going to miss our thrower next time, because that changes the whole way I like to use Elves, not having that thrower. So I've got to play a really different game. We are on 1, 2, 3, 4 dodge players, yeah. Have no tackle ourselves. 2 dodge players on the Dark Elf team. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. We've got the 1 wrestle. The Dark Elves have got more block than us. We've got 1 wrestle though, so maybe that helps. But yeah, this is a big loss, as I was highlighting in the game where it happened, which is the one against Skaven. But yeah, there we go. 1 more game to play this week. That Nurgle against humans. And then it'll be match week 7, where we sort of sort out the final positions here. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I don't think there's any suspense over which teams are going to be in which playoffs now. But yeah, it's the ordering, and then who we draw in the semi-finals is all up for grabs. And yeah, we'll see how it goes when we get into the playoffs.